All right, I am here. Welcome back to Castpergers. I'm here with John Mcafee, the one and only, known for Mcaffe antivirus way back in the day. Now known for just being an all-American badass, computer engineer, world traveler, middle finger to the governmenter. What? So much to say, man. I don't even know how to break you down. I'm really excited about this. I got a glass of whiskey because my nerves are up because you're the biggest guest I've ever had, and I'm really happy to be talking to you.
Well, thank you for that introduction. I wish even half of it were true. I'm just an ordinary dude like yourself. You know, I, I was fucking with you like you fucked with other people earlier, which the people didn't get to see. I do this a lot. When I first get on, I pretend that they can't hear me.
I called him and I was like, "Can you hear me?" And he's like, and I know I can't hear you. And he's like, "I'm fucking with you, dude."
Yeah, so
Listen,
we're going
John,
to
I
get
got to
along.
tell you, I'm
We're
not
going
an
to get
ordinary
along just
guy.
fine.
I'm not an
What's
ordinary
that?
guy. I put
You're
my
not what?
pants on. I'm not an ordinary guy. I put my pants on two legs at a time. I jump
Oh
into it
yeah.
when they started.
I mean, listen. When I first called this dude 5 minutes ago, he said he didn't have a goddamn shirt on. I didn't know whether this was going to be some I don't know, gay porn thing that might be happening, which is fine. I'm neither gay nor into porn. Nevertheless, I will follow whatever fucking road you put me on. So there we have it.
So Janice, your wife, told me that no questions were off limits.
Well, that's not entirely true. Um,
I
uh,
didn't think so.
yeah, I didn't think so. I'd rather not discuss those children that disappeared in Cincinnati. I'll be really frank with you. I was drunk at the time and I remember nothing. So your questions I will go unanswered. I'm sorry. I have blackouts. Other than that, anything is gay. So let's go.
Oh, okay, great. Can I ask where you are right now?
Yes, you can certainly do so. I'm certainly not going to tell you. Good God, we
So
hadn't gone.
you're evading the IRS right now? I'm having a hard
So,
time following.
yeah, okay. Well, let me bring you up to speed, shall we? Okay. It started in 2017. I was the CEO of MGT, a public company on the New York Stock Exchange, the world's sixth largest Bitcoin miner. And I started speaking on national stages about how cryptocurrency, not Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency, especially privacy coins like Monero and distributed exchanges, um, could allow you not to pay taxes if you don't want to. I mean, because if your income is all in crypto and your expenses are all in crypto, and there are tens of thousands of us people who live without fiat currency, by the way, um, then you don't have to pay taxes. That upset people. So what happened is the SEC in June of 2017 filed a subpoena against the company that I was the CEO of, MGT. Now, the subpoena had nothing to do with the company. It had to do only with an ex-stockholder. Um, Perfectly legal for them to do that. However, the SEC has rules. If you get subpoenaed by them, you must tell the world you've been subpoenaed. However, you may not tell them what the subpoena is about. Our company was delisted because you get subpoenaed by the SEC 99.9 times out of 100 because you have fucked up, broken the law, cheated stockholders, something. No, none of that. But the world assumed it. We were delisted immediately from the New York Stock Exchange. Our market cap went from $800 million to $3 million overnight. We went bankrupt. Now, did that shut me up? No, it just pissed me off. Um, in November of 2018, I broke the law and I did a video explaining that this is what that subpoena was all about, people. The SEC used it to punish me.
What's
Um,
the charge considered?
Well, hang on. So that was the SEC. Now, that was in November. 2 months later, in January of 2019, the IRS, because the SEC can't now come after me. I have divulged that they have fucked with $800 million of American stockholder money. So they can't do shit. What happens? The IRS now files not a subpoena. It convened a grand jury to charge Janice and I with tax fraud. Now, I haven't paid taxes in 10 years. Big fucking deal. I haven't filed. And every year I send letters saying I'm not paying, I'm not filing. Come get me if you want. Now, for 8 years they left me alone. However, now that I'm speaking out and telling people how to avoid taxes using cryptocurrency, suddenly they charge me with tax fraud. Now, being John Mcaffe, even though it's a secret, every grand jury is a secret thing. No one knows. Well, I know when I found out in advance. I published the documents on Twitter, and Janice and I left the country 4 days before the grand jury was convened, because grand juries in 100% of the cases indict people. Why? Because the people don't get to testify. We don't get to give any contradictory evidence. Only one person gets to testify, and that is the prosecutor.
How did you get that prior information?
I'm the founder of the world's first and largest computer security firm. If I create security software and don't know how to break into systems, why the fuck would you buy my software? So please God, I know how to find shit out.
You also got some personal information on the specific members in the CIA, right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I almost got kicked off of Twitter. I was about to dox a CIA agent. Someone alerted Jack, okay, or the god of Twitter, who actually came on.
The guy who eats 2 fucking meals a week?
Whatever.
He's malnutrition. He's not thinking right.
He warned me. He said, you will be violating Twitter rules. And I'm not a stupid man. I go, all right then, I won't do it. And I didn't. But yes. So anyway, so we left the country, went to the Bahamas. A raid was put up. Now, for 3 months, nothing happened because the Bahamas has no income tax, and therefore you cannot legally extradite me for a crime which is not a crime in the country I'm in.
Noted.
But the CIA, however, worked with Paul Roll, the commissioner of police for the Bahamas, cut a deal where they would arrest me on any trivial charge. Doesn't matter, pissing on the sidewalk. I have no idea what the charge would be. Then I'm an undesirable, and I can get extradited by anybody. We left 6 hours before the raid. When we left, I outed Paul Roll. I gave his secret bank account numbers and name and all of his deposits and withdrawals for the past few years. We went to Cuba. Took us 3 days to get to Cuba because we're in a boat. When we got there, headlines were Paul Roll sues John Mcaffe for defamation of character. We're in Cuba for a month and a half. Janice and I are called in by the Cuban government. A general comes in and says, Mr. Mcaffe, I'm sorry to tell you that the United States has unofficially asked us to return you to America. We're disinclined to do so. However, if you stay here, you will be an embarrassment and a problem for us. We're giving you 72 hours to leave the country. And we did. It took us 2 days to get our boat together. 4.5 days at sea, we pull into the Dominican Republic and are arrested before we can even go through customs and immigration. They stormed our boat, took us in. And by the way, if you're looking for a jail experience, and I've had many in my life, the Dominican Republic is not high on my recommended list. In fact, I would put it down close to the very fucking bottom. But in any case, I hired lawyers, and 4 days later, I won. And rather than sending, because they said, you've got to go back to America. I said, well, okay, maybe. Let's see what my lawyers do. Anyway, so they filed a brief with the courts. By then, we were in the national news. Mcaffe arrested with guns and shit in the Dominican Republic. The court had to hear my case. They couldn't say, nah, we're not interested. That would be bizarre. So as soon as they agreed, I knew I'd won because they illegally arrested us, didn't let us even talk to customs to declare our weapons or our money, nothing. So anyways,
on behalf of the American government?
Yes, of course. I don't know. They said you have to go back to America, just like Cuba, just like the Bahamas. So anyway.
Can I ask one more thing?
Yes.
So you're telling me you live entirely off of crypto?
Yes, duh. Why the fuck?
Where do you go to get food? If you were in Los Angeles right now, that's where I am.
Well, I'm not in Los Angeles, am I? Bulk food, you can get food with crypto. Good God, people use.
Wait, hang on. I'm very, very familiar with crypto. Okay, I've been trading Bitcoin since 2013. I'm very in the scene, but I don't think it's applicable to daily life as much as you say. So I want to hear your input.
Oh, shit. I bought houses, cars, clothes, bulletproof vests with crypto. Google what you want, like food. I promise you, you'll get it. Now, we can't go to a coffee shop and order a cup of coffee. Well, fuck me. Is that much of a sacrifice? No.
Well, I don't have enough crypto to buy cars and houses.
And plus, you're using Bitcoin, dude. Get real. Monero or a privacy.
Monero's where it's at.
You've got to have a privacy
in terms of security.
For security, yes. And listen, if you think you can't buy anything, go onto the goddamn dark web, where the only thing that's accepted is Monero. You can hire hitmen, drugs of every possible kind, you name it. Food, yes, it's expensive.
Do they sell food on the dark web?
Yes, they do. Delivered, motherfucker. All right. Yes.
Uber Eats, but with someone else's credit card information.
And 4 times the price, but then again, we're dealing with crypto. It's just bits and bytes anyway. So now, yes, of course, God damn it, there are tens of thousands of us who only use crypto. When people want me to promote something or hey, you got to pay me in crypto. You think I'm going to take fucking dollars? I'm on the goddamn run. How easy would it be to find me if you paid me through a bank? Good God.
One of my questions was going to be about if your bank accounts were seized, but the crypto thing really answers that.
Yeah, of course they were seized. My property was seized. My boat was seized by the Dominican fucking Republic. Everything's been seized. Does it matter? No. We.
Did you get another boat?
Pardon?
Did you get another boat?
No, of course not. Listen, when we got deported from the Dominican Republic,
they say UK, right?
Pardon? Yeah, we went to the UK. We didn't stay. We were there for 9 hours. Why? Most dangerous place on the planet. Why? Because it's America's closest friend. Good God, might as well be in New York City, right? However, we got there on a Friday after closing hours for the embassy and everything else. Nothing could happen till Monday. Isn't that the beauty of government? This monolithic horror, which is still a bureaucracy.
Yeah.
So we stayed one night.
I commend their incompetence because it works in the benefit of a lot of people that don't deserve to get fucked.
Yeah, thank God for the incompetence, else we'd be in jail. But no, they are in fact incompetent. So we were there for just a few hours. And after London, and this is in July of 2019, we haven't said a word about where we are. We are certainly not in England. And if you look at our trail of breadcrumbs, we're either in Amsterdam or Lithuania or Romania, or Vietnam or Russia. And we're not saying either of where we are.
And there's down.
We don't have telephones. This is why they can't find us. We have
Yeah,
no.
the mobile device tracks your every movement.
If you have a goddamn phone and you're trying to hide, well, you're insane. It can't
Yeah.
be done. So we don't have phones. We do not allow phones. When the media comes to interview us, we take their fucking phones when they arrive at an airport 300 miles from where we really are. And so, no, we can't have them. But does that stop us? No. I'm just talking to you through an internet connection. Now, when we start talking about digital data transmission, I'm the god of this. Trust me, I invented computer security. So you think that you can finally, no, it is not possible. I mean, it can't fucking be done. Yeah, you can get my IP address, sure, but that address is going to be 6,000 fucking miles from where I really am. So no.
Do you have a preferred VPN?
Please God, people, if there's a VPN that you can download from Google and pay $79 per year, it's fucking worthless because the CIA got there first. I'm just saying. No,
Yeah. So what do you use?
my
Remote desktop server?
is the one that we use. We have a hard wire which goes from one country to another country and from there to yet another country. Now, I actually have a telephone. And if I dial, fuck me, I should have brought it with me. What was I thinking? If I dialed you, it would give you my old telephone number. If you dialed it back, it would go not in service. But even that goes across the internet. We just live a little more constrained than
You
most
like it?
people. Well, I prefer it to being because we were on the run for months. I mean, we said, we're here in the Bahamas. Fuck you, IRS. We left. We're in Cuba. We're here in Cuba. Fuck you. We were going to do the same thing in the Dominican Republic, but we were arrested before we could. So when we finally got released, I said, Janice, baby, we can't go on the run anymore. We got to go into hiding. And we have. Fuck me, it's great. We don't look over our shoulders anymore. We get to go down and eat at a local fucking restaurant. All we have to do is make sure we have telephones around us and we're fine. Oops, sorry.
Why do you need telephones around you?
I don't. I said as long
Oh,
as
as long as you don't. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
As long as we don't, we're okay. No, if we have telephones around us, we're fucked. We don't own any.
Okay. Can I ask you a couple of questions? My friends wanted me to ask a lot of these.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the bottomless hammock?
Listen, you're getting information from a fucking movie.
Is this true?
By and produced by my two greatest enemies in the fucking world, um, Nanette Burstein and Jeff Wise. Now, why is Jeff Wise an enemy? Because I fucked his wife 12 goddamn years ago, and he never fucking forgave me. So I can understand. Nanette, I don't really fucking know. I never met the bitch. She's just a friend of Jeff's. It's a goddamn mockumentary. Listen, we have websites and we have.
So should I assume most of that is bullshit?
I'd say that most of that is bullshit. I've never seen it. I don't have the time. Good God, it's 2 goddamn hours. Do I need 2 hours to tell me what my life is about? Fuck no, I've lived in these shoes. I don't watch documentaries. I don't watch anything or read. Go ahead.
When you were in Belize, weren't you raided for manufacturing a substance thought to be meth, but it turned out to be something inert?
Oh, definitely raided. That's where it all started. Yes,
for drug manufacture, for some kind of substance manufacturing?
We weren't manufacturing any goddamn drugs. We were manufacturing antibiotics based on jungle plants and based on a new science called quorum sensing. 10 years ago, we discovered that bacteria are way smarter than we ever believed. They communicate with one another. Or you get a staph infection, do you think it immediately starts eating your skin? No, it does jack shit until what's called a biomass is created. And as these things multiply, at some point to go, hey, there's enough of us now. If we start eating this motherfucker, his immune system will not be able to respond. And that's what they do. That's goddamn smart. Other bacteria get into your gut. They send out signals saying, what other bacteria are here? What species? Oh, motherfucker, you're here. We can't survive with you. They stop replicating. Think about it. Complex. So it occurred to me that plants that can't just uproot themselves to get away from a sick plant, like cows can or any animal, have to have a far more sophisticated immune system than animals do. And it turned out they did. And we found substances, especially um, in the jungle, many plants are carnivorous because the soil just doesn't provide nutrients. The carnivorous plants turned out to have miraculous anti-quorum sensing properties, meaning we deafened the bacteria so they couldn't tell when a quorum was reached, so they never turn pathogenic. They're benign forever. Now,
And how would that affect humans?
well, because if you get a staph infection, for example, why are you debilitated? Because it actually starts to eat you. It starts to do pathogenic activity. And it does that in order to mute your immune response. I mean, first of all, you develop a fever, you're down for the count, you can't respond. But if it never turns pathogenic, it's just a bunch of bacteria growing, the body eventually sees it, kills the bacteria on its own because it's no longer debilitated by pathogenic activity. Well, we had a topical spray that was magic. They raided my lab, destroyed all of my goddamn samples.
What was the name of the compound?
We call it Quorum X. Look it up. Quorum X. QUORUMX. Quorum X was the name of our company and the name of the compound. We got it from.
Is it for sale anywhere?
No, of course not. They destroyed my lab. They destroyed everything.
But you still have the math and the science behind it. You still have the science behind it.
It was based on unique plants that were indigenous to the New River in central Belize, nowhere else. I can't go back there. I was run out of town.
You could broker a deal with Bitcoin or Monero.
What kind of fucking deal?
Formula.
No, there is no formula. They stole everything. We've got the name of the plants and the people who found them. Unique, hard to find, difficult to. No, I can't go back. I can't. It's something I cannot recover. Please God. Some things get lost in life. Most things actually get lost in life. This is one of them. But in any case, that's I wouldn't manufacture. Listen, am I stupid enough to go to Central America to manufacture methamphetamine in the middle of cartel territory? What would my life expectancy be? Hours.
What I thought it was is some kind of research chemical.
No, neither. No, please God. Listen, I do have companies in China that do research chemicals. Why would I do it in Central America? Please God. We don't have the facilities there. No. So that's all nonsense. All of that was nonsense. It happened because I refused to be coerced into extortion. They came to me 2 weeks before the raid and said, Mr. Mcaffe, why don't you give us $2 million for upcoming election? And in return, we'll give you all kinds of concessions, land along the river, women, you fucking name what you want. I said, no. It was a mistake. I should have written a check for $2 million. Any wise man would have done so, but not me. I'm too goddamn arrogant. I said, no. 2 weeks later, they raided my property, shot my dog in front of my eyes.
Oh man, I got a dog, and that would fucking destroy me, and it would hurt them even worse after.
Yeah, well, anyway, so that's genius. But that documentary has nothing to do with reality.
I have another comment from a friend. These are his words, not mine. How will you be seasoning your cock in 2020?
Indeed, my God, nobody eats their dick. Please, God, are you anybody stupid?
How do
That
you
they think,
how do you feel about that though? That you express such confidence in the
come
price
on,
of Bitcoin and
can we all just get real for a change? I said $1 million fucking dollars in 2 years' time. Do you realize 1 million times 21 million is more than the gross domestic product of the entire North American continent? Nothing in the world will ever be that valuable. Now, if that was not enough, people said, well, what do you base it on? I go, well, point set topology. It's a mathematics discipline that predicts financial systems. Look it up, people. Point set topology.
so you were trying to get that in people's heads to help the community drive
No,
up the
I was
price?
trying to show people what idiocy it is to believe that Bitcoin will ever be worth anything. God damn it, people, use your fucking heads. All right? No, it is an old, worthless technology. It has no smart contracts, no security, no distributed applications. What the fuck good is it? It is not. Now, that's what I was pointing out, and some people got it. Anybody who actually believed Bitcoin will be $1 million, wake the fuck up and move out of your mother's basement. It's
I gotta say, I'm very shocked to hear this.
well, I'm sorry. Well, listen, truth hurts, dude. Use your head for fuck's sake. What security is there? None. If I have your Bitcoin wallet, if we do business, I watch every fucking transaction from that moment on. I know how much you have, where it goes, and where it fucking comes from. If your bank did that, you would goddamn sue them. Please wake up, people. Use your goddamn heads. I'm the same guy that said I fucked whales. Half the people believed it. And 2 weeks ago, I confessed.
Blowhole asshole.
And 2 weeks ago, I confessed to eating human brains. Good God, wake up, people. My
I
life
feel
is.
like I can usually tell when you're fucking around with the Bitcoin thing because you're involved in crypto. I thought you were being genuine, but looking back, it seems very obvious.
Kept saying over and over the only coins that will succeed are privacy coins. Good God, wake up, folks.
What else besides Monero?
Unfortunately, there's not much, is there? I mean, we've got Apollo, SafeX. Um, the only thing that really works now is Monero. Why? I don't fucking know. Please, God, someone build something to compete with Monero. But until they do, it's Monero.
Why don't you?
Pardon?
Why don't you?
I'm 74 fucking years old. Listen, I shouldn't be doing anything other than fishing on some idyllic stream in some
You're not
place.
some 74-year-old guy. You're fucking John Mcaffe, man. You can
Still,
do whatever the hell you want.
well, I built a distributed exchange. I thought that was far better. Um, and
Is that a competitor to Shapeshift?
oh fuck! Please God, take a look. No, we are so superior to everything out there. It's a truly.
Hey, hang on one second. One second. Just for my listeners, I think no one knows what we're talking about right now. But Shapeshift is a website, shapeshift.io. You send Bitcoin and then it transfers it to another crypto.
Yeah, no, please God, no. Number one,
So what's the
listing coins
difference?
cost you anything. List a coin, you just put it in the technical specs and list it. We don't charge anything. We don't ask anything about where you are, who you are, what your name is, what your IP address is. There's no app that you have to use. No, it's a true distributed, not some garbage like Shapeshift. Please wake up, people. No, it's a true distributed exchange.
And
This week we're
it's still active? Or
well, listen,
that got shut
it's
down?
been active for 4 months. We started with Ethereum and all the ERC 20 through
What's it called?
ERC 14, McAfeeDex.com. And we have about 40 different portals with different names, so we can't be shut down if someone takes the name away. Um, but no, it's a true distributed exchange. We don't ask any information. We don't have any KYC or anti-money laundering. Why? Why should we? Why should I be required to tell the U.S. government anything about my goddamn customers?
Well, if I were speaking on behalf of them, I'd say it's because we want a piece of your money.
Well, I'm not getting it. I'm sorry. I mean, that's why I'm in hiding. I'm not even paying my fucking taxes. You're not getting
I would do the same thing as you if I was in a situation where I did not feel like paying my taxes. I would leave and I'd say, fuck, come and find me. I'm
I've
not going to
paid
hand over my money. That's robbery.
paid over $50 million in taxes in my life, and I promise you, people, I have not received $50 million in services. Enough is enough. Not a penny more. 10 years ago, I stopped. There you have it.
You haven't paid taxes in 10 years.
Nope. That's why I'm on the road, among other things. Yes.
When did you get arrested? You were you had a gun and Xanax.
Huh? A gun and Santa. Well,
You
listen,
were
I've been
on Xanax.
God.
You
Listen,
got a DUI. That was in the news. That was I think that was like the first time you came up on my radar. That was a long time ago.
a long time ago. I don't know, years, 2 years. The last time we were arrested was 7 months ago in the Dominican Republic. Prior to that, I was arrested for drunk driving in Tennessee. I've been in jail 22 times in my life. I don't know which one you're talking about.
I feel like you were driving down a rural road in like Ohio or something. I don't know.
I don't think I've been arrested.
I'm just trying to get a time frame for all this, but I guess it doesn't matter.
No,
Okay, I want to ask you about some specific people. Do you have any knowledge or opinions on Epstein that I haven't heard before?
no, I've got no opinion on anybody. I may have knowledge, and I do about almost everybody. I'm sorry, my wife said I got to wind this up. Um, but I have no opinion.
Can
It's
you
a
can you
person.
do you know any facts about Jeffrey Epstein that the public doesn't know that you'd like to share?
No, if I wanted to share it, I would have done so. But on John McAfee, people, how have I stayed alive? By finding out information that might affect me. Now, also, out of boredom, I sometimes want to find out information about other people. Keep in mind, who do people come to if you want to create a secure environment where you're filming everybody and recording everybody and don't want anybody to know? Who would you go to? Well, I'd go to John McAfee, and most people do. Now, I never give out information about my clients. Sometimes,
Jeffrey
can't.
Epstein was a client of yours?
Did I say that? I just said I never give out information about my clients.
It
Did I
was
name?
implied?
Pardon?
It was implied. Seemed implied.
Fuck, I don't know. You may imply what you wish. Doesn't matter in a court of law or anywhere else. I'm just saying facts. Um, if he was, would I tell you?
I mean, he's
Anything.
dead.
Is he?
He's dead. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he's dead.
All right. Well, that's okay. Um,
Do you think he's alive?
I didn't say that. No, I think he did not commit suicide. That much is
I think he was.
absolutely certain.
I know he didn't commit suicide.
Right, well, that much we can agree on. But I'm not going to tell you anything about anybody that I haven't just made public already. Um,
Are you familiar
sorry.
with the name Paul LaRue?
Fuck me. How does radical, bizarre disinformation spread itself to the world like, oh, Paul LaRue? Yeah, we know that motherfucker. Yes, of course. What's your question?
I just want to know your thoughts on him because I don't think there's any connection between you two, but I think you, from what I've read, which is just what other people have written, if that stuff's true, I think you would find it very intriguing.
It's not true.
You don't think he invented TrueCrypt?
God, how can anyone think or believe that? No, please, God.
Who was Paul LaRue?
Who was it? Some guy that was in Africa for a while, traveled the world. Some people say he did Bitcoin. Others say no. He's just someone that a fucking writer grabbed onto and said, "Oh, you've got these aliases, and one of them sounds a little bit like Satoshi Nakamoto. God damn it! Wake up, people! It's all garbage."
Are you a fan of Elon Musk?
I'm not a fan of anybody. Really, I don't get into personalities. Really, I just, if I have
Do you
my
like
watch,
the work he's doing?
I don't know him. I mean, I've met him one fucking time 8 years ago, and I know nothing about him. I don't know what he's doing other than what's publicly available, and that's the mainstream media. And if you believe
Do you like what SpaceX and Tesla are doing?
I like the Tesla car. We can talk about concrete shit. Yeah, I like that car. And, they're very fine automobiles. I mean, the styling, the acceleration on that.
But like, do you trust his vision for humanity as being a multiplanetary species and eliminating fossil fuels as a type of to power cars? Are you on board with that?
I think one of the most important things that people can learn is that nobody can predict tomorrow, even for your own fucking life. You think that your day tomorrow is going to be like your day today? Well, I promise you, one day it won't be, because life is a mystery. And if you think you can predict one day ahead, let alone 10 fucking years or 20, well, wake the fuck up. Who cares what his vision is?
Well, he's doing it. It's not just a vision; it's an action. He's doing it.
Okay.
He's shooting up fucking rockets.
Yes, and by the way, they're spectacular when they come back. I have to admit, that's some heavy duty shit to bring a rocket back down as if it is the rocket lifting up in reverse. Does that mean jack shit? No, please God, the world does not follow one man's vision or a million men's vision. The rocket ship went up, it came back down. Awesome shit doesn't mean anything for what's going to happen. And
what does mean something?
My wife just went this. One more question.
One more question. Have you donated anything to Ross Ulbricht?
No, I don't donate anything to anybody. I mean, I appreciate the situation that Ross is in, and I have met Ross's mother and spoken to her many times. Do you think there's anything that money or even power can do once you have been collected by the most powerful corrupt force on the planet and placed into a hole where no one will ever hear you again? No, I'm sorry. All the money in the world will not help Ross Ulbricht.
And we can agree that that entire sentence was directly because Bitcoin was a threat on the US dollar, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Everything that happens is because it's a threat to the US government. I mean, look at the people who are on the run. Snowden, he's holed up in Russia. He'll never get out. They grabbed the founder of Wikipedia from the Ecuadorian embassy in London last year.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
What? Really?
I didn't hear about that.
Okay, well, yeah.
They grabbed Julian? He's in custody in America?
Fuck yes.
Oh, that's
That,
really unfortunate.
that happened 6 months ago, as a matter of fact. We'll never see or hear him again. Once you've been collected, there is nothing that will ever get you out. The important point is not to be collected, like Janice and myself. So anyway, that's the last question. She's given me this. Got to go.
Thank you so much, John. It's been a pleasure
Uh,
speaking with you.
A pleasure speaking to you.